Shalom. So full Hannukah, eighth day, and this is Lucky's first Hannukah. I didn't have much to say, but I figured might as well do some streaming. Hello, Eolson Helper. Is that how you say it? Tomorrow, Yosef's discussion with um, Christian Baxter is coming out. And apparently, since that stream where Benjamin Boyce, I mean, honestly, he's been going off the deep end. Lucky is going to be 5 months old in a couple of weeks. He's almost 5 months old. I'm sure if you asked him, he would say 4.5 months. He's very excited about being 5 months old. His canines are coming in. His old canines are still pretty set, but his new canines are coming in too. Yes, he is still a puppy. That's why he's destroying everything. Hello, Kirk.
Hello. Were you just talking about Lucky?
Yes.
He, right?
Yes, he.
Is a cute little puppy. Although I will say, puppies can be a little bit rambunctious. I have a puppy who, if I could get rid of them, I would. And I know that sounds cruel, but it's just my personal feeling.
How old is your puppy?
I don't know. Her name is Daisy, and she like bites and scratches me a lot, and yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, so does Lucky, but that's because he's teething.
I know, but listen, I don't blame the puppy, but that doesn't mean that on my end, I don't personally desire to get rid of the puppy.
Ah,
It might not be right in some grand ethical sense, but you know.
well, I mean, it's okay not to want puppies. I generally didn't get puppies. I would get dogs that were 2 years old or older, but I wanted a golden doodle.
So, how's work been treating you?
Well, I didn't go yesterday because I was sick, and it's not good to be sick and go into a hospital ward. But it's generally been good. It's busy.
You've been going into a hospital ward? What kind of work is that?
Yeah, it's a psychiatric ward.
And what kind of work do you do again? Substance?
Well, it's mostly. I mean, it's actually. I mean, the people do have substance abuse issues as well, but it's a mental health facility.
Okay, and so it's been busy?
Yes,
So have you graduated or are you still in school?
I am still in school, but I don't have any more classes to take.
Okay. Do you feel like you've learned a lot?
Nope.
Okay. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've learned some, and frankly, most of what I've learned has been through the internships. Um, but yeah, it is unfortunate that they wasted our time with a lot of stupid stuff.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, feel like the problem is in my estimation, and believe it or not, this is actually one of the estimations I've heard Ayn Rand had of psychology, is that it's such a new field, and so doesn't have a clear boundaries as to what it's about, right?
I don't think it's the problem is not having clear boundaries. It's a new field, so that uh, I mean, um, just like any new field, it hasn't developed and matured, and unfortunately, it's been politicized over the past 100 years or so. And so I feel it's not as scientifically rigorous as it should be, unfortunately, but not much you can do about that.
Yeah. Did you So when it comes to psychology, part of the thing about it being a new field, though, when I brought up this idea that I've actually heard from, I heard it attributed to Heinemann, but I think it's true, is that, wait, sorry, just correct your 18, you need to actually believe you're 18 and what that means. Um, I don't know what that's a reference to.
Well, you said that's unfortunate about psychology being a um, new science. That I didn't learn much in classes. I believe that's what you said. That's unfortunate about. But in
Yes.
any case, yes, I agree with you on God. You are not convinced that you are 18 years old, and you should be convinced that you are 18 years old.
What age do you think I'm convinced I am?
Uh, you seem to think you're an adult.
I mean, I call myself cool kid for a reason.
Yeah, but I mean, recognizing that you haven't had enough life experience to just have formed opinions about some stuff. It's okay. We've all been young.
Yeah.
We've all been young, including young God. He was young, and when God blesses him with children, he will also have to learn to deal with his kids being young.
Yeah. I mean, there's also, but so what I was saying about it, I wasn't disparaging psychology as a field. I was just saying that I think it doesn't really have a clear mission statement yet as a field.
No, it definitely has a mission statement as a field. The
What
mission
is the mission
statement
statement?
is to explain how and why people behave the way they do,
Yeah.
especially when they behave in dysfunctional manners.
Okay. And yeah, and you haven't learned yeah, well, it seems like you haven't learned much about that in college though.
Right. I knew a lot more before I started taking the classes than anything any of my courses were supposed to teach me. Um, and frankly, uh, a lot of the things in my courses were garbage. I I still haven't. So out of all the books that Lucky has started eating, this wasn't one of them, but this is one of my textbooks, which I brought, which is out here simply because I want people to understand how worthless my class was.
Yeah.
But this was one of my textbooks I had to buy.
Yeah. Did you did you study any of the and I'm asking this because I'm actually planning on studying him soon in January. Did you study any Lacan seminars?
Lacan, certainly not in my classes. No.
How about in your free time?
What?
How about in your free time?
In my free time, I have looked into Lacan a little bit. He is not as crazy as, for example, Michel Foucault was.
Yeah. I'm also so I'm going to consider reading the Seminars of Lacan with a friend of mine in January, because he's big into Zizek and Lacanian psychoanalysis. But I don't know how influential that is on modern psychotherapeutic techniques, um, in general.
Not at all.
Okay, and I presume even less so for like Deleuze and the other post-structuralists.
Um, so the idea of post structuralism is popular. The actual impact of post structuralism on the field has been negligible.
Okay, so but that's interesting because I thought psychology tends to be a very left-wing field,
It
and so
is, but the people who are very left wing aren't people who are actually doing any of the work.
okay, so the people who are actually doing the work are not into this structural post-structural theory.
Correct. There are people who actually have to deal with actual human beings.
Yeah. Um, yeah. I mean, the main thing that I've heard that they French theorists contributed to psychology is theories of desire. Um, but I don't know
Yeah,
if
all
you
that is cute, but it has nothing to do with actually the practice of psychology.
okay. And that's fine, but I've heard that yeah, that was a big debate back in the day. Um,
Sure. I mean, academics have debates and they write articles and they say things and then real people have to deal with the real world.
you seem to be pretty cynical about academics, Jacob.
Yes, academics are generally worthless people.
Yeah, and that says, Kirk, everything you believe now, you will disbelieve at 40. So take what you know now and flip it, and there's your truth about the universe. Um, well, I believe God exists, and I don't think that's going to change at age 40.
It may, but uh, unfortunately, that is not a good heuristic that young God is suggesting to you.
Yeah. So, did you go to school this week?
I
Or
did
like,
not.
I guess you're. Oh well, not because you. Well, were you sick or just
Yes, in addition to not going to work, I mean, I wasn't. I certainly wasn't going to go to school.
okay? Yeah, well, I did, and I said Misha Barak for the people in the who were victimized in Australia recently. So there's that. I did I did find some moral insights from this week's Parsha, Miketz, or the previous, I guess. Well, yeah, technically this week on on the English calendar.
Go
Did
ahead.
you? The main moral lesson was the idea of persisting through struggle. Because of what was it? If my memory serves correctly, it was just like Joseph was persisting through struggle, and then eventually he became the leader over Egypt.
Hmm.
Right. So that's a good life lesson.
I would agree. Generally,
But
as long as you're not as stubborn as a mule.
yeah. But wait, what did you think of my suggestion I made the other day in chat in what's it called? When you were doing the case for animal souls.
I don't remember what was your suggestion.
It was so you were looking at things to read next, and I was curious if you wanted to read Chofetz Chaim Shmirat HaLashon.
Uh, yeah, I don't think that's a good choice.
Okay.
Many reasons.
Do you think it just wouldn't be accessible enough to people, or
I think people would be more likely to misunderstand than to understand. And frankly, I don't know how relevant it would be to me and Ben. And if people want, I mean, there's so much content about that online already.
okay? Yeah, fair enough. So have you
Shmirat
had a
HaLashon is a book meant for somebody who's already living an Orthodox life in an Orthodox. Although Tzipita Yeshua might not be a bad thing to look into.
Sapia Shua?
Tzipita Yeshua. You shall
Okay.
look forward to the redemption.
What's that about?
The redemption.
Okay, and who's it by?
The Chavetz Chaim.
Okay. That sounds like a good a good plan, especially to show to your Christian friends.
Might not be a bad one. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty short. It's only like 3 or 4 chapters.
Yeah.
Let's see. Tzipisa Yeshua. Stop. CP. Type it in Hebrew. Tzadi Yud Pei Yud Taf. Tzipita. Am I thinking of the wrong thing? Am I misspelling it? Here, let's try Hafetz Chaim. Hafetz Chaim. Sefer Ma'amar Tzipita Yeshua. There it is. Yeah, it's only 3 chapters.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, sounds like a good plan. It looking forward to redemption. I mean, as I believe you said previously, to quote the philosopher Jacob Federecci, there's a sense in which Orthodox Jews are more Christian than Christians because you're more Messianist.
More messianic, yes.
Yeah. So when it comes to also when it comes to your work, so do you work with people with like severe disabilities or just people with
Yes.
moderate disabilities?
No,
Okay.
these people are severely disabled, generally.
Yeah. And trying to think. So what kind of disabilities do they have?
Schizophrenia, depression, other severe mental illness, severe and persistent mental illness,
Yeah. So I would imagine that technically
bipolar
speaking,
disorder.
you would be allowed to treat these people on Shabbat because of pikuach nefesh.
Well, no, because the treatment isn't anything that involves halacha. Like, there's nothing that like I'm not doing surgery or anything that actually involves a malacha. Like, that's not a part of it. So
Someone in chat asked, can you explain slash elucidate that messianic quote idea?
the messianic quote idea? Oh, yes. So the word Christian means literally means apparently little messianists, I guess. That was the original term that the Christians ended up being called. Christ being Greek for anointing. And frankly, my experience has been Christians are not very messianic. In fact, when you talk to Christians about the apocalypse, they generally, like They want to forestall the apocalypse. Apocalypse is something you want to avoid, not something they look forward to. So that's the origin of my quote. Ow!
Oh, did you just get bitten by Lucky?
Kind of. I'm holding one of his chew toys, which he likes, but he decided rather than attacking his chew toy, which for some reason he especially likes attacking when I'm holding it, he would bite my hand. But he didn't do it very hard. But I still went, ow, because I wanted him to realize that's not something he should do.
Yeah. So so this does your family celebrate Christmas or do they just celebrate Hanukkah?
No, my family does not celebrate Christmas. A common prayer is "Come quickly, Lord Jesus." I mean, when I say that, certainly a lot of Christians say Maranatha, but yeah, it's just been my personal observation that most Christians aren't looking forward to Jesus coming back. What's that bumper sticker? Look busy, Jesus is coming.
Oh, actually haven't seen that one. I guess I need to live in a more populated area, but that's funny.
It's one of the things in Los Angeles.
Also, do we notice Ilson helper person?
Well, he's been watching enough to get a wrench.
Okay. Because I was curious if this was like someone I know under like an alt account. Um,
If he is, I wouldn't know about it.
um, yeah. So also yesterday was interesting because it was Shabbat, Rosh Hashanah, and Hanukkah. Is that like
Longest benching of the year. Longest possible benching of the year.
yeah? How often does that occur?
Um, Only once every few years. I don't know. Here, let's ask Rock. Grok. When is the next time Rosh Chodesh Hanukkah falls on Shabbat? Next year? No. Oh, they'll tell me. In the current year, it doesn't. What? Uh, it's wrong. What? It's saying 2028, but it's saying this year it doesn't,
Okay.
which is wrong, right?
Yeah, because yesterday it was.
Mm, I thought it was. I'm pretty sure it was. People were making jokes about it on Twitter.
Yeah. And yesterday was actually someone's birthday at the shul that I go to.
Very nice.
Yeah. I mean, that must be one of those things where like you have someone whose birthday is like Shabbat, Rosh Hashanah, Hanukkah, or someone's birthday is Yom Kippur, or like special occasions like that. Is that like a thing?
I mean, People happens. My birthday falls on Yud Beis Tammuz.
Isn't that the Lubavitcher Rebbe's death, or
It's the day that the sixth Lubavitcher Rebbe got out of prison.
okay? Adam says at most once every 19 years, maybe sooner. Yeah. So and so do you spend Hanukkah with your family?
Usually, I didn't this time.
Okay.
I mean, on Friday I went and saw my parents, but it wasn't a Hanukkah thing. Usually, my sister has a Hanukkah party at least once, but
Yeah. We put on your yarmulke because it is Hanukkah. I think that's how the song goes.
it could be. It could be.
Have you are you still sick, or are you feeling better now?
I'm feeling better, but I'm glad. I don't have work tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, I hope that you get more free time if you're stressed out with work, and I hope that you're successful in helping people with severe mental illness get better.
Why? Thank you.
Do you I mean, do you ever plan on like reforming the mental health system?
I mean, that was part of the whole intention of Fountain of Comfort. Um, if somebody wants to give me $100,000, I might have more success than we're having right now.
Yeah.
Yon God, donate $100,000. You can do it. I have faith in you.
Yeah. I mean, it does seem like there are issues with the current mental health system, but I can't quite pinpoint them down because I'm not a mental health expert.
There are lots of issues.
Yeah.
So apparently, like Grok has decided to create a Python like date converter thing to on GitHub in order to figure out when Rosh Chodesh. Oh God, this is getting crazy. I think we broke Grok.
Yeah.
Grok has been broken. It's all your fault.
Is there anything that's not Kirk's fault?
Only the good things.
Someone asked what part of LA are you in?
I live in the West Side. La Mirada. Where's La? Oh, that's. I mean, Ojai is up north. La Mirada is south of Whittier. That's not Los Angeles. That's Anaheim. And Ojai is Ventura, right? I'm pretty sure Ojai. Yeah. Like, my dear friend, you are describing places that are in other counties than Los Angeles County. Every Jewish state has something like at most 3 weekdays it falls on. Yeah, that's because of Adu, Lo Adu, Pesach, Lo Badu Chag, I think is the term. I forget which one's which. But you cannot have Yom Kippur on our based on our set holidays. Yom Kippur cannot fall on a Friday or Sunday, so that um, limits it. Wow, he's taken forever. This is Grok, by the way. I am complaining it up.
Yeah.
Okay, you, sir, need to stop trying to destroy everything in the world.
Do you think that it's do you think it's valuable for the average person to look into psychological theories?
Nope. In fact, I think it's rather destructive.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, One of the worst things that has happened to um, the common to the practice of psychology is that people have started using the DSM-5. Lay people have access to it, and so they diagnose themselves, and then they walk into psychologists' offices and pronounce that they have symptoms because they know um, what the symptoms are, and it is quite tedious and unhelpful to
Yeah.
have to deal with somebody who's read the DSM-5.
Yeah. I mean, I think self-diagnosis is difficult. I'm just interested in psychology because I'm interested in intellectual type stuff in general. But I agree that self-diagnosis is a negative thing.
This is hilarious. Now Grok is getting into like Molad and uh, Rosh Hashanah day adjustments, and like it's lost its mind.
What the what is Molad?
Molad is when the new moon can be viewed in Jerusalem.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is one of the problems with these large language model things is that they connect things that don't necessarily need to be connected.
Well, I mean, all it needed to do is use the Chabad calendar, but now it's like precisely here. I am really reading this. Precisely computing 700, I mean 71,551 times 29.5305941358 as 2,112,943.5, adding 0.9662037 for accurate serial alignment. I have no idea why it's doing this complex. Like it's trying to, yeah, like this thing it's gone on has no relationship whatsoever to the question I asked.
Yeah, I mean, Grok does that sometimes since there's ChatGPT. Um, Someone's saying in chat something about LA Miranda is technically LA County. Everything was right on the border, but I'm from Northern California, so everything's south of Bakersfield, LA until you reach San Diego. Um, agree with two greater correlations. Wait till it turns to Muslim calendar.
Poppy, uh,
Is LA Miranda like the
La
suburbs of
Mirada.
LA?
La Mirada is a city between here and Anaheim.
Yeah. I, has is the weather good?
The weather, yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it's not as pretty much perfect as it was a little while ago. I think Shadow's wondering if she can drink her water while the fire's there.
Yeah. I mean, because I live in Mississippi, and even here it gets pretty cold during December. But I don't know how the holidays are in on the West Coast.
I'm guessing pretty cold, at least most years.
So I also wanted to know if do you want to talk about this week's upcoming Parsha?
I wasn't particularly thinking of that. No. Wow, it's still going. This is hilarious. What have you been up to?
Um, I mean, chess, school, hang out with family for the holidays, watching Frasier.
This was your first semester in college, right?
Yeah.
How'd you do?
Well, I haven't finished the classes yet, so I haven't gotten the final grade yet.
Ah, how do you think you did?
I think I did well so far.
Cool. Which classes did you take?
So right now I'm taking personal finance, communication, and a couple of other ones. But right now so it's the thing is you can do classes on your own time, and recently I've mostly just been focusing on the personal finance class.
Personal finance. So apparently, according to Grok, the next time Hanukkah, Rosh Chodesh Hanukkah falls on Shabbat will be in 2039. So in 14 years.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I don't know what kind of wizardry they did to calculate that.
True.
Um, yeah, I mean the reason I bring up the this upcoming week's parsha is because we haven't really done a just Shank stream where we talk about the parsha in a while.
Yeah, I don't generally do the weekly parsha.
I know, but I mean, if you don't want to, we don't have to.
Correct. I don't have to.
But do you want to?
Not really.
Okay. Because the other topic I was going to ask about was actually just going to be about psychoanalytic stuff, but I don't know if you're interested in talking about that.
What about psychoanalytic stuff?
Well, I was just curious how much you did look into Lacan.
Not much.
Okay, because and the reason I asked is because I want to read both the seminars of Lacan, um, and I want to look into what's his name, the critic of Lacan. Maybe I also want to look into Gilles Deleuze in January with my friends because I want to look into different theories of desire in psychoanalysis. Because I've heard that these theories of subjectivity have influenced um, modern clinical psychoanalytic theory about how people relate to language and the symbolic order and stuff.
I am not aware of any clinical. I mean, clinically, the most popular methodology is methodologies are CBT, um, motivational interviewing, um, Freudian psychoanalysis, Jungian psychoanalysis. Like post-structural stuff isn't actually practiced anywhere that I am aware of.
Okay, well that's interesting because I mean my friend told me there are practicing clinical Lacanians.
I'm sure there are, but the question becomes, how popular is it among practicing psychologists? And I am not aware of like people who are, if you go to psychology today, right, and you look at the people who are advertising their methodologies, I I don't think you will find a checkbox for post-structuralist or Lacanian. You will
Okay.
for CBT and other actual evidence-based practices. I'm not sure there's any evidence behind post-structuralism, not that post-structuralists believe in evidence, so it might be difficult to even check.
Well, I think it might be a similar thing with the relationship between Austrian economics and mainstream economics, where, like, in a similar way, I think mainstream economics relies on models that Austrian economics just don't, because it's more of a philosophy than it is a empirical science.
Eilson, are you a therapist? And if you are, uh, what is your training and what do you do if you want to say? Calm down. What was I doing? I was looking at my school library to see if there's the search. And I'm gonna have to log in. Does it log me in? Come on, log me in. You can log me in. There we go. Let's do Lacanian psychoanalysis, and let's do systemic review or meta-analysis, and see how many results we get. 15 results. That's not a systematic review. That's not in English. Here is this. Yeah, I'm seeing like 0.
Okay. And that's interesting because, yeah, you'd think at a Woker school they would have this post-structural stuff. Does they did they have any stuff for what's it called? The other guy, Deleuze?
I don't even know how to spell Deleuze.
Deleuze.
Do that one more time. DEL.
Euze.
I mean, nothing's coming up for that guy.
Okay, yeah. So the French milieu might be corrupted by woke, but it might not be corrupted by the French milieu then. Yeah,
Stop.
okay. So maybe I need to read more Frankel and less of the French theorist.
Uh, I was one practicum away from earning a master's in school counseling. I was overseas at the time and had 2 mentors drop out on me. By the time I got to the end, I decided it wasn't for me. I had been working in a school as a guidance counselor for 4 years already. I see. I mean, you could have done the practicum and finished the master's degree, but
So yeah, maybe the French theory is just relegated to the philosophy departments. Does the
I mean, honestly, my professors would probably want to talk about how uh, post-structuralism is worthwhile or whatever, but honestly, vast majority of them don't even understand what post-structuralism is, and it doesn't actually affect how things are done in the real world.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know. I wonder if that's kind of what mainstream economists think of Austrian economics, or actually even more so, because there are practicing Austrian economists, I suppose.
Yeah, no, Austrian economics, I mean, I'm not an economist, I don't know the field of economics that well, but it seems far more influential than uh, post-structuralism is in psychology.
Yeah. Is do you think? I mean, the main thing that I've heard in terms of what Judaism teaches about psychology is that logotherapy, I heard, is popular among Orthodox Jewish practitioners. Um,
I mean, logotherapy, people read um, Viktor Frankl, and especially like in Chabad circles, people like to talk about him, but I don't think he really left that much of a methodology for people um, to be attempting to practice.
okay, so to my saying CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, you were saying that's one of the main methodologies. Is that the one where they That's not like no, that's not Skinner. That's not behaviorism. That's not what they do. Classical reinforcement. That's where they do training to like better one's character.
So CBT is based on the idea that your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors affect each other, and um, part of it is to decrease what are called cognitive distortions, which are common um, thought patterns which have been scientifically proven to cause anxiety and depression.
So is it like is it like a dialogical form of thing where they try and influence your ideas to be more positive?
That's part of it.
Okay.
Most of it is done through motivational interviewing, and um, there are CBT workbooks and CBT apps, but in therapy, usually it's asking questions and helping people question their um, distorted beliefs.
Okay. And so there's CBT, and what did you say was the other one that's popular?
Well, I think I said CBT and motivational interviewing, but motivational interviewing is more of a method than a methodology. It's kind of like Socratic. Lucky, calm down. This puppy
Okay.
can tell you.
Yeah, because I know there's like I've heard a Jordan Peterson lecture about what's his name, Carl Rogers, and I heard that he's associated with dialogical um or a client-centered therapy, but I don't know if that's the same as CBT.
I mean, psychotherapy is affected by all of those different uh, like theoretical frameworks. Erickson, Piaget, Rogerian, positive regard, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But as far as an actual methodology. Um, yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, and that's fine. I was just curious what kind of things that like you think generally work for the mental health system, because it seems as though there are people who are sort of partisans for their like the, methodology or their modality, but to my understanding, you don't think it's good to be partisan for a modality. You should just follow what's empirically supported by the evidence.
The fact is that people in real life tend to, at least my experience has been, um, tend to default to a lot of allowing the clients to talk and simply asking questions. Shut
Okay.
up.
And do you think that's a healthy way of going about things?
Nope.
Okay. Um, I mean, do you think that's related to the fact that psychology is a female dominated field?
I think that's a small part of it. I think it has a lot more to do with the fact that the vast majority of people who are clinical therapists, clinicians, simply don't have the IQ to be involved in higher order, um, to understand like the theory behind the psychology, or to practice it quickly enough to actually um, put these theories into practice. I mean, you're sitting there with an actual human being and talking to them, and like what is actually your theoretical basis? What are you actually doing? Like, vast majority of people, like, it's they'll they're thinking on the fly, and whether they're doing it well is not a like given thing. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So if that's the case, so would you say that a reform you'd like to be to the mental health system is just to have more competent psychiatrists who know what they're doing?
um I would like to see um more hierarchy and more, um certainly a lot more teamwork than seems to exist in private practice. Um, like, I don't think the vast majority of individual therapists are very good at giving a diagnosis or knowing what is like. I don't necessarily think that the person who diagnoses the problem needs to be the person who does all the therapy sessions. This is why I believe in peer counseling and stuff. But I mean, what do I know? I'm just starting out, so
Yeah. I mean, but it's you do seem well read on the mental health literature in general.
I try to be.
Okay. Um, yeah, I mean, I guess the question is how do you get people who can effectively diagnose people, and the hierarchy problem, without the hierarchy becoming corrupt. But that's a problem with all hierarchies.
Yep,
Yeah, and I will. I guess I'll keep that in my prayers that the Fountain of Comfort gets more donations as well.
that would be nice.
Yeah, I mean, who
Okay.
knows? Maybe if you started praying for these things, maybe Hashem will reward you in the end.
That is a possibility.
Let me see. I'm just trying to catch up on chat. He's just saying something about. Oh, he said. Oh, this is an old comment about him working as a school
Yeah.
counselor. Um, yeah, and so do you when you work with clients? So like, do you just give them advice or?
No, you're not allowed to give advice as a therapist.
Okay, so what are the ethical guidelines for people with schizophrenia and depression for what you are allowed to do with them?
I mean, uh, for people with schizophrenia, generally, you're teaching them life skills and teaching them, for example, how to uh, do reality testing, how to discern the voices they hear. Um, for people, I mean, it depends on their diagnosis, but like um, a lot of psychotherapy is just listening to what people have to say and um, just asking questions, reflecting what they said back to them.
Well, that's interesting if therapists aren't allowed to get advice because my therapist, who I've been seeing, has been giving me advice on breathing techniques to cope with anger issues.
Yeah, that's not advice. Techniques are not advice.
Okay, so wait, what do you mean by advice? Do you mean like you can't give like normative prescriptions or?
You can't tell someone, hey, you should get married.
Okay. So you're allowed to go to a life coach for that, but not a therapist.
Yes, that is a
Okay.
big difference between a life coach and a therapist.
Okay, that's interesting because I previously had the conception that therapists were just like life coaches.
Many people do, and unfortunately, some therapists do, and unfortunately, many life coaches do. But yeah, they're not the same.
Okay, so a therapist's job is to help listen, empathize, and then coach in the sense of giving techniques, but not to give normative prescriptions.
Right. Um,
Okay.
help people. What if marriage is a technique? Well, this is part of the problem, but frankly, I mean, I think a competent psychotherapist should also be working with a spiritual advisor, but that's my thing. But you need them to be separate people. You can't have them be the same person.
Wait, you said that that's part of it. What if marriage is what is marriage of technique? What is
I
part of
think
it?
he was joking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm having a little bit of a hard time discerning what would be the difference between a strict technique and just an advice,
A
because
technique is a psychological technique to deal with an emotion, to a behavior, um, right? So, anger management techniques are techniques that you can help teach people. That's or a grounding technique, or um, right. But advice would be to tell someone what to do with their life. Hey, well, get a job, like stuff like that. That's advice.
okay, yeah. I mean, I suppose I understand the distinction. It's just I don't know necessarily why that would be inherently relevant for a therapist because the reason I say this is because to my understanding, all your decisions have, including big decisions which you need advice for, have an impact on your mental health, and a therapist's job is to take care of your mental health.
Yes, but the method of psychotherapy is to provide a non-judgmental space where the person themselves can straighten out their thoughts. And in psychotherapy, it's not if you were to have advice, make judgments, set priorities, etc., that would undermine the therapeutic relationship.
Okay, yeah. So basically, the basic distinction is that a therapist can say, "Listen, if you want this psychological result, here's some techniques for that." But you can't say this is what you should do as like a blanket normative prescription.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. And do you believe there is a
Hey,
place?
Jason!
Oh, oh, hey, Jason. It actually hasn't it been a while?
It has been a while.
Oh, and didn't Jason wait? Oh, it was a while ago, but didn't he get married to Sarah? Sarah's her
Rebecca,
name? Rebecca's. Yeah. Oh,
you knew
I
it was
must
one
have.
of the matriarchs.
Yeah. Yeah. Jason and Rebecca sitting in a tree. Kissing. Um, actually, what does doesn't I might be mixing him up with someone else. Doesn't Jason also work as a mental health person, or am I I make okay? Yeah, I must have been confusing him with someone else because um, there was another person. Oh no, I'm confusing him with what's his name? Max. Max works in psychotherapy.
Max is a licensed clinical social worker, yes.
Yeah, and yeah, so psychotherapy. Um, so you do believe there is a place for life coaches as well? They just have a different. They should just have different offices.
Correct.
Okay. And yeah, life coaches should also ask priests and rabbis.
Well, I mean, if you have a spiritual leader, you probably don't need a life coach. Life coach is the boomerality replacement. I mean, first they tried psychologists as replacements for priests, and now they're trying life coaches as replacements for priests. And next they're going to try puppies as replacements for priests.
But you can't replace priest. Well,
Correct.
unless rabbis are for replacing priest.
Um, that's an interesting question.
Speaking of which, is Jason wait, no, he's not the Noahide. He's a Christian, right? No, who's the Noahide?
He was recently baptized into the Eastern Orthodox Church
Okay.
with
I'm
his
trying
wife.
to I'm trying to think, because isn't there another Noahide um that used to come here on a lot?
There's lots of Noahides that used to come on here.
Um am I thinking of the I forgot he's someone on he active on Discord, but I don't think he's active on here anymore. The guy with the beard. I'm thinking of not Matt. Um, I'm trying to think. Do you know who I'm talking about?
I think you might be thinking of Billy.
Billy. Yeah, that's who I'm thinking about. Does he still come on here?
He hasn't been on stream in a long time.
Okay, yeah, because I've seen him. He's active on Discord. I've been paying a little bit more attention to Discord. I haven't been posting as much, but I've been reading up, and I know he's active in the Noahide section. Um, although now the Noahide stream with Hezi and Ben has been a little bit inconsistent recently, but now it's kind of back up again. Um, didn't Aris? So we're in the prayer thing, and before we did the Mishnah Perkei vote for Noahides. After we're done with the prayer study, do you know what we're going to move to after that?
That is up to Ben and Hezi.
Okay, so so you don't have any relation to the prayer study?
I watch it sometimes.
Okay, yeah, I'll ask them. I wonder what time it is in Israel if Hezi's awake. It's because it's 10:47 where I'm at, so I guess it's like what 4 or 5 in the morning.
You could ask the internet.
Yeah.
Oops. Oh, you got stuck. I'm sorry, puppy. Let's see. What time is it?
It says
It
6:47
is
in the morning.
almost 7 a.m.
Yoav, your- Yoav says it's 6:47. So, I imagine Hezzy's probably awake right now. Doesn't he usually wake up pretty early?
Yes, he is usually up by 5, I think. I don't know how people had dogs before there were balls. A dog without a ball.
Oh yeah, I mean dogs without balls when they're teasing are a nightmare. Oh,
Yeah,
now that Melissa's here.
yeah.
Can you? I wonder if Rabbi Mullet
Rabbi
wants to say anything.
Mullets, how you doing? My Hannukah is almost out.
Hannukah?
Yes.
Wait, is that a menorah?
Well, a Hannukah is a type of menorah. Hello, Jason.
How's it going?
Thank you, Rabbi Mullet. It's good to see you too. How you doing, Jason?
Good. How are you?
We can barely hear you.
Let me see. Is that helping? Didn't help. Did that help?
That's much better.
Okay. Maybe I need this side in. Maybe the mic's right here or something. I don't know. So what's up?
Lucky is
Not
doing
much.
everything as usual.
That's cool. I'm just working right now. I figured I'd hop on and hang out if you guys don't mind me typing.
Doing
Yeah.
title searches.
Yeah, I'm working tonight because I'm gonna help a friend tomorrow. He's got to I don't know, hang some sort of promotion things on people's doors. So so that's what I'll do that. So
You're back
yeah,
in Colorado?
yeah. Thank God. Yeah, we're back here.
Mm.
Yeah. So glad to be back. It's nice being back in community, being back at church and stuff.
How's Rebecca doing?
She's doing good. She's sleeping right now. We were just watching a 90 Day Fiance, before 90 Day Fiance, when they're like, yeah, I don't know.
What's before 90 Days Fiance?
I think it's just like it's a spinoff of that show where it's just like they film them before they start going through the visa process or something. So
I have no idea what a 90 Day Fiance is.
it's a show where they document people getting their 90-day marriage visa. Because you can, yeah. So like it's like basically mostly Americans marrying people in other countries.
Uh-huh.
There's often quite older men marrying quite younger women on the show.
Ah. Sounds like fun.
Yeah, right. So how are you doing, Kirk?
I mean, I've been well. I will say, I've been a little bit bored recently, which is part of the reason I hopped on, because I find Jacob one of the best therapists.
Yeah. Did he give you some therapy?
Nope.
And, for all I'm concerned, every discussion I have with the man is therapy.
Jacob,
Nope.
be careful.
Legally, that is completely untrue.
Well, usually lean into it, then you can bill him for it, right?
He lives in a state where I am not even remotely able to practice.
Oh, that's too bad.
Well, you're not allowed to
Even
practice
in
in between states.
California, I am only allowed to practice in as part of my educational activities.
Oh.
Okay.
As a Masters of Social Work intern.
Well, once you're graduated, can you practice? Can you only practice in California?
Once I graduate, I will register as an associate clinical social worker in California, which will mean that I will be able to practice under supervision here in California.
Okay.
But only under supervision.
Jason, have you seen a therapist? Do you see?
Yeah. I have. I'm not going anymore.
He's married. Why would he need a therapist?
Yeah, I went before I was married. I wouldn't mind going again. I just, yeah, I don't know. It kind of, it felt like it hit a wall at some point. And so he just told me, he kind of cut me loose. He was like, well, I guess you can just call me if you need any more help. And so I was like, all right. I don't really feel like I resolved anything though.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I mean, I've heard some people say that everyone should see a therapist.
A competent therapist, okay. But as I discussed with Professor Lockwood, there's 3 types of people who get therapy. This is his estimation. People with a diagnosable mental illness, and those people need therapy. People undergoing a crisis who may need short-term therapy, and people with problems who really shouldn't be seeing a therapist. That's, if I remember correctly, that was basically what he said. Yoav says, I should see a therapist to the door.
Becca's dad's pretty good though.
So the videos he made with Becca, I highly recommend. I think they're actually very good videos and worthwhile for anyone to listen to. On pink chair therapy. Here, I will find pink chair therapy. Pink chair therapy.
Yeah, they recorded an episode when we were there last. It was pretty good. It was super interesting. They were talking about birth orders and how that affects different people. Ooh.
She hasn't uploaded it.
No, she hasn't even edited it yet. It'll probably be a while. She's quitting her job. I think the beginning of January 1st though. So then she can do whatever she wants. Whatever she wants.
Like have kids.
Yeah, she could do that if she wants to. She's capable.
She is.
Oh, we probably eat too much stevia and monk fruit for that, though. I heard that makes you infertile.
What does?
I heard stevia does now.
What's stevia?
Stevia is just like it's a sweetener. It's like a plant-based sweetener or something. Supposedly, it's not good for you if you want to have babies. I don't know if that's true, though. They say all sorts of things. I don't buy it.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah. Just stick with sugar.
Well, that's a question for nutritionists, presumably, not as mental health therapists.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not sure most nutritionists would know either.
So how have you been recently, Jason?
Good. I've been good. We got back. We've been back for. Oh, someone's coming. Someone's coming home right now. So I might have to hold on.
By the way, didn't Jason also recently move? Or
I mean, he used to be in Tennessee and now he's in Colorado.
okay, yeah. See, the thing is, I need to be more active in Discord so I can keep up with who's moved to where and who's marrying who and all this.
I'm not sure Discord would do that, but people do talk on Discord about stuff.
Yeah.
Charlie graduated.
Who's Charlie?
You obviously haven't been paying attention to Discord because he posted a picture of himself graduating.
Well, Discord. Discord, as I said, I need to pay more attention to it. Where is this in Discord? I'll check it out now.
It's on my Discord in general. My dog found a bone.
Well, congratulations, Charlie Campbell.
Yes, Jason was in that best couple contest. I don't believe they won.
I didn't even know there was a best couple contest.
It was on Discord.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I need to pay more
Jason looks
attention.
like he's having so much fun. You were saying?
Yeah, I suppose I need to pay more attention to Discord. Good night, Alson Helper, however you pronounce it.
Good night. Yeah, I think I might be off to bed too. Okay, Jason's leaving us. I think I am going to
Well,
say.
real
Oh,
quick, it looks like
What were
Jason
you
wants
saying
to say
about me?
something.
yes. We were saying you're having more fun than the rest of us.
Yeah. Our roommate Christopher just got back and he won a gingerbread making competition. So he was telling me about it. It sounded pretty awesome.
And Ixnon was asking about the best couple contest.
Yeah, we did not win that. We won a keychain. After
You
all
won
that,
a full keychain?
a plastic keychain. Yeah.
After all the money your mom spent
Oh
buying
no,
the votes?
Rebecca's mom spent thousands of dollars on votes. It was insane.
Are
I
you
don't know.
serious?
Yeah, it was crazy. Oh yeah, my friend Craig he bought like probably 500 votes, so he probably spent a couple hundred. It was crazy, and we lost. But whatever.
they really know how to make money on those things, don't they?
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, that was wild. Well, I might hop off here, Jacob.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to.
All right. Good night.
Peace, gentlemen.
Bye, Kirk. Bye, Jacob.
Bye, Jason. Bye, Jacob.
I'm going to use host's prerogative to put the Reverend Parcells to bed because he does need to get up in the morning.
Sorry,
You are
Reverend. Thank
correct.
you.
But before he goes, I have a question. Let's say, God forbid, that I were to burn somebody at the stake for not being a Trinitarian. And I did not repent of that. Is that a salvation issue?
Sometimes Jacob takes
There's a
that devil's
proverb.
advocate thing too
Isn't there
far.
a proverb that says something like, "Don't answer a fool according to his folly."
But there's a proverb that says, answer a fool according to his folly.
There is. Exactly right. And I'm going to leave it to you guys to determine, which of those was applicable in this situation as I go. So, but anyhow, good.
Thank
It was
you,
good
Reverend.
good to
Thank
chat
you.
with you all.
Thank you.
Good night.
The